Hey guys, I'm Mosebo. Thanks for watching the video. This is my review for Iron Fist. Netflix's Iron Fist. The Hong Kong Fu is here with the 13th episodes that were massively disappointing. I read a lot of reviews for the first half of the season, the first 6 episodes, just so, without spoilers, just so I could see what people are thinking, check what people are thinking about the show, and they were all almost the same thing. Almost every critic I saw was saying the same thing. It's bad, it's really slow paced, it's a slow burn, and it's even boring. So I went to the show as a fan. I'm not a hardcore fan of Iron Fist, but I do know some Iron Fist. I've read a lot of stuff, and I said, okay, I accept that the show might be bad, but as long as the Iron Fist, as long as Danny Rand is cool or badass, I can give it a go. I don't mind if the plot or the story is bad. I don't care for the Rand Industries aspect of it. No bullshit, I just wanted to see Iron Fist for what he truly is, an immortal, living weapon. And holy crap, dude, this Danny Rand, this Iron Fist, is practically the 10-year-old that survived the plane crash imbued with the Iron Fist. Well, he's a good fighter though, but technically speaking, it's Shou Lao's mystical force. It's not Iron Fist. Iron Fist is the title. But I can't believe that this Danny defeated Shou Lao. I just can't see him defeating a dragon. And that was one of the biggest negatives for me, Iron Fist himself. There is a lot to talk about with Danny, so it's going to be a pretty long section talking about him. We spent a long time in the mental hospital. I wanted it to be done within the first episode or episode and a half at max, but we stayed there a while. The reveal of the Iron Fist was cool. I liked that he had to be punched to focus on his chi. And when he destroyed the door, I was super pumped. I was, okay, maybe I'll give this another chance. Maybe it's going to be action-packed and it's going to be really cool. But no. His mediocre acting, Finn Jones' Iron Fist, his portrayal of Iron Fist was really awkward. Specifically, the dialogue, I was doing a weird face like, what? Every time he said something like, I am the Iron Fist. As long as I use my power or some shit like that, I can always be victorious. And a lot of Zen quotes, a lot of Zen stuff, mysticism, and it was so weird. His dialogue as Iron Fist was super campy, super campy. I know that the lore or the mysticism revolving Iron Fist had to be campy. It had to be. There's no way to make it sound serious. However, it could have been better. It seemed a bit forced. It didn't go well with Finn Jones at all. It was a bit cringy when he shook with anger, when he was doing his little, I don't know what that was. It was really weird, really cringy. The way he treated Colleen's students was funny though. That part was funny. He treated them like warriors and they're just chatting monkeys. So he had some funny aspects to him, but the negatives are really stronger, much stronger in this one. Like for example, for positives, his Danny Rand was much better than his Iron Fist. His naivety and optimism were good. He played that part well. I liked this Danny Rand, the goof. He's not a businessman at all. And that was good. He portrayed a good Danny Rand. Finn Jones is a good Danny Rand, but Iron Fist, not so much. Also, there is a lot of repetition. Like, I am Danny Rand, I am the Iron Fist. I am Danny Rand, I am Danny Rand. Oh, I know who you are, I'm watching your show. You don't have to say who you are in almost every other scene and every other episode. It's too much, it's really repetitive. We also saw the same flashback a bunch of times. We saw him meditating on the Himalayas, you know, on the mountains a lot. We see him getting beaten with sticks as a kid a bunch of times. The plane crash scene, his mother flew out of a plane like 10 times. They didn't have much footage, so they just looped the same thing over and over again. And I hated that. I hate to see repetitive stuff. So now I have to talk about the choreography. We can have a Kung Fu TV show, and I'll talk about the Kung Fu or the action. His fight choreography was okay, nothing at the level of the comic books that we see or the animated shows or the classic Bruce Lee stuff, because we see some classic stuff in the show, some Bruce Lee, some Jet Li stuff. That was pretty cool. So this choreography is more disciplined. Obviously, it had to be more disciplined than Daredevil's. Iron Fist's special abilities or powers were really limited in the show. He could barely focus his chi on one fist. You know, he had to really focus and turn it on. It lighted up easier when he used his uncontrolled emotions or rage, like it just bursting out with his flamed on fist. So I didn't really like the use of it, how they managed it. I wanted to eventually see both fists on fire, maybe building that up to the finale, some cool stuff like that. I also wanted to see some super crazy kung fu moves, you know? Like the stuff that, like I said, the stuff we see in animated shows or the comic books. It made me feel even worse when we saw the 1948 footage of the old Iron Fist. That was pretty sick. The guy had the two fists on fire, and he was kicking ass like crazy. Also using a classic Iron Fist costume. That was the show that I wanted to see. It looks so badass. Some popular theories revolving are that he is Orson Randall, or that was Orson Randall, or Bei Bang Wen. So maybe those two could be the old Iron Fist. And I was just thinking, talking with my brother, saying that for some reason, just making it up, if Danny fights Daredevil, I think Matt could take him. I think Daredevil could take him. Or a super close match revolving the victory of Iron Fist. But I don't know, dude. The only two badass things that we got, in my opinion, the two really cool things in the show, was the fight with the Drunken Fist guy. That was awesome. The Drunken Fist guy. And the little earthquake or shockwave that we get in the finale, where he destroyed a whole floor in his building with one punch. That was something I wanted to see in almost every episode, something that just pumped me, and I didn't get that. I didn't get excited to see him fighting. I was like, okay, punch the ninjas, whatever. Moving on to some positive things, Colleen Wing. She is my favorite woman in the Netflix shows for sure. She is a perfect supporting character for Danny. She is strong, smart, loyal. She's a skillful fighter. Some of the best scenes included her fighting with Claire sometimes, but every time I see Colleen Wing fighting, I'm really excited. And I kind of like that she is Iron Fist's partner, because that's the ultimate Marvel take. In the classic one, or the 616, he is with Misty Knight. And in this case, I don't think Misty Knight and Iron Fist can go well together. I don't want to see that happen. Colleen Wing and Iron Fist is something I really like. I don't think it was that forced. The romantic thing or the relationship wasn't that forced. I kind of liked it. It built up pretty well. So yeah, Jessica Henwick is really cute. She's really cute. Really easy on the eyes. She is badass. I want to see her in Defenders. And I'm excited to see more of her in season 2 of Iron Fist, if they do have a season 2. They probably will. So yeah, definitely my favorite part of the show was Colleen Wing. Ward Meacham started as a cliche bad guy. So we always see that bad guy in TV shows, right? He's one-dimensional. He wants to get rid of the protagonist. Like, he started out wanting Danny to stay in the asylum and get him out of the company, but then his character got deeper. We get to see his relationship with his father, what he emotionally went through. It was so bad to see him eventually snap, get all crazy. His head just got messed up, and he went to drugs. He landed in the hospital and stabbed his dad, which was whoa. But yeah, I liked his arc. Ward was pretty well developed. However, he always wanted to protect Joy, and I respect the strength he showed in the middle of all this chaos. Ward was cool, eventually got cooler. So good character. Joy, what the hell, Joy? She was the good one here and ended up plotting against Danny. I kind of wanted her to be playing the good girl card and just suddenly backstab everyone to get the company for herself or something like that. But this is cool. I want to see her. I want to see what's next for her. Not many comments about Joy. She's just a supporting one. Whatever. I don't care if I see her or if I don't see her. Claire, holy shit, dude, I hated the writing here. Her introduction wasn't that forced. We know she wanted to take martial arts classes. We saw that in Luke Cage. But I didn't like how she was added to the group or how she stayed with them. What I hated the most is how they didn't mention Daredevil or Luke Cage at all. I mean, she has a blind devil friend that is almost an expert in things at hand, and they don't call him? They don't even mention the names. The writers want to keep the Defenders a secret or something. I hated that. There were a lot of moments where Iron Fist could ask her, "What's up? Do you know anyone, or how do you know them, or whatever?" It's just, I hated the writing there. A lot of people think that same thing, so bad writing. The antagonists were really forgettable. except Madame Gao or the Crane Mother, whatever. I really like her. She's just really cool. We know Marvel lacks good villains. They only have one or two good villains, and Iron Fist is no exception. Davos and Herald were good. The Hand was really weak, and Gao is just, like I said, really cool, but didn't do much. The final battle between Danny and Herald sucked. Herald trained a lot. We saw him boxing. Coming back from the dead enhanced his strength. He broke the punching bag. He broke it, and he even bested his trainer. So we know he's a capable fighter. And just seeing them fighting each other with metal things, metal beams, it was so bad. It sucked so much. I didn't like the finale. Nothing bad to say about Davos. His performance was great and was a good setup to become a villain next season, Steel Serpent. Guys, so in conclusion, Iron Fist has way more negatives than positives, but I did enjoy the show. I was entertained, whether I was actually mesmerized in some moments, the show has some good moments, or roasting and criticizing on others. Definitely not a bad show. It's not good, but it's not bad. It definitely doesn't suck like many people say that it's boring. It's not boring, but it's not good, and it lacks a lot of the Iron Fist we all wanted to see. Finn Jones's Iron Fist was really weak. The show was a slow burn until the 6th or the 7th episode when we finally got more action. Jessica Henwick is beautiful, and I loved her in the show. No compelling villains. There is no solid plot, but I kind of get the gist of it. No solid plot though. Kung Fu being a part of a show, the action, the choreography were not in that level. For it to have a Kung Fu protagonist, the action scenes had to be better than this. I didn't really enjoy the jump cuts, so it was mediocre. It was meh. But if you're a fan of Iron Fist and enjoy watching superhero shows, you will be entertained. It's not boring, and you will like some moments or some characters. So putting it all together, I have to give Iron Fist a 6 out of 10. And I think I'm being generous here because I really like Jessica Henwick. I like Ward. I like some moments of the action scenes, and I'm entertained. I saw all of the episodes and I didn't feel it was boring. So you'll enjoy it. 6 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much for watching my review for Iron Fist. If you enjoyed, please click the thumbs up button. Share with other people that saw the show or want to share my opinions on it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Emosebo, and of course, I'll see you in the next one.